On this night, June 6th at 6 p.m., I give you my book review for... The Omen, the 1976 novel by David Seltzer. This review will contain spoilers. Now, this may not be my 666th book review, but it is my 34th. And if you multiply that by 19.58823529411765, then look at that! It's 666. The plot. Was it an accident when Catherine Thorn lost her child? Was it murder when the Thorns' nanny supposedly committed suicide? Was it a coincidence when the Thorns were given this child, so pure, so innocent, and with good health, and a full head of hair? Or was it an omen? All this and more will be answered when you read The Omen by David Seltzer. One of the most disturbing stories of all time was to be made into a feature film in 1976. But 2 weeks before its release, this novel came out, and here's what I have to say about it. This book is fantastic, and shows great depth, fear, and loss for its cause. It is very much so a character-driven story, and damn is it done well. For starters, every character is developed, and even if they are a bit unlikable at times, I still rooted for them to win. Damien Thorn is the child and the centerpiece to this whole story. However, he doesn't do much or even say much. He acts like he is a bit aware of his role, especially near the end, but other than that, his character fell a bit flat for me. Mrs. Baylock is an obvious replacement for the deceased nanny. She hides something that could easily make or break her role as the caregiver to Damien. Father Brennan has a terrible history. He's done some unspeakably horrible things to the Thorns' real child and wants to redeem himself. He was taking drugs, so all of his visions could have been hallucinogens, but with what transpires in this story, you tend to believe more of his crazy rantings. Catherine Thorn is probably my least favorite character. She suffers from depression and possibly even a case of bipolar disorder, from what I gathered. Like in one scene she'd be dreading life, and in the next she'd be relishing in it. Jennings was an odd yet quirky character. He's the most rational one to approach Jeremy Thorn about the happenings and what is to come. However, when they get to their foreign destination, he begins to act a bit out of character. He flirts with the local woman and other such shenanigans. But up to this point, he was dead serious. You could look at it as though it was a long journey for the two of them, and now that they have a chance to relax, Jennings was going to get comfortable. Jeremy Thorn, named Robert Thorn in the movie, is the main character, and he struggles with a lot, everything from his wife's depression to the so-called accidents occurring all around him, to the things he's told about Damien. He's never really the strong character you want him to be, but you can see he tries and cares very much so. This book oozes with disturbing descriptions of vile acts. It's very unsettling. The skies above the earth below seem to come alive with anger every time someone is royally screwed. The gore! We get an impaling, a decapitation, and a brutal hanging. As for the impaling, Father Brennan doesn't just die by a spike. A teacher at the church actually causes most of the accident. I think it was a flag holder that falls down during the sudden windstorm and slices through the stained glass windows, which all comes down and hits him. Also, in the climax with Miss Baylock and Jeremy Thorn, there's quite a bit of blood and stabbing. It was actually quite tense. This is a creepy tale featuring a creepy little kid and a creepy overall scheme. It gets really messed up in the middle, and that carries all the way through until the end. I dare say that the first 50 pages or so have subtlety when it comes to the hints of what is to come. There is still horrible stuff happening, but it is not as daft as it does get near the middle. Is it scary? Not terribly. But it is wicked disturbing, and for 1976, 3 years after The Exorcist, I'd say it gave it one hell of a shot. Overall, I give The Omen, the 1976 novel by David Seltzer, a 4 out of 5. Now I realize I should have started these reviews last year because there was a 6 in the decade. But that is one of the scarier things about The Omen. It could happen any year, really. June 6th at 6 a.m. or p.m. That's it. That's all you need. Lion Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below and to leave comments and subscribe.